everyone, and welcome to Jen's Wild About Art. So today I'm going to draw with my brand new Art Graf graphite blocks. I've never used these before. I just got them, they arrived in the mail yesterday, so I'm so excited to draw with them. So I start by drawing an owl in because these are all earthy tones, and this is an earth tone set of graphite blocks. And so I've got, the colours are sanguine, ochre, sepia, brown, dark brown, carbon black, and I also got a white because I wanted to see how the white worked as well. So I start by going into the pupil, or both pupils on the bird with the graphite, the black graphite, and then I decide I'm going to do some little swatches down the side of my page just so I can see the colours. I didn't actually swatch the colours first. I just literally started drawing. I was too excited, so I just started. So now I'm popping some yellow ochre in around the eyes and adding a little bit of water. So I wet the paper first. It seems to flow better when you wet the paper first. So it does react quite differently to watercolour, but it's really easy to adjust to, and I thoroughly enjoyed the process. So I just add layers. I start, as you can see, the beak's a lighter colour, and then I go darker on top. I just keep adding layers of the same colour. So now I add some of the sepia around the eyes, around the neck, and around the eye feathers and the top of the head. And I add quite a little bit of water to his chest. So I'm working wet into wet down here. And I drop in a lot of dark brown, and I just let it flow. Let it flow, have a bit of fun with it. Take that around the wings as well, just following the general direction and shape of his body. Drop a bit more brown, a bit of yellow ochre around the eye, and then I decide to define the eye feathers a bit more, just that darker rim around the outer edge. Pop in some feather texture on the top of his head, and then continue on around his chest. And I use all the browns down onto the chest feathers. I have absolute great time with this, and I go down his legs with yellow ochre. And I literally am just working wet into wet and just popping the pigment onto the paper in the general direction of the feathers. So I start to work around his eyes a little bit. Grab a bit more of the sepia, take that, and then I re-wet the wings, go into the dark brown onto the top of the back of his neck. And then I drop more sepia onto that wing and let it flow. Take the colour down onto his tail. Now I go in with a bit of brown and a bit of carbon black to add the feather texture to the backs of his wings and also the patterns on his tail. And you can see it flows. Wet into wet, it flows really well. And just dampen your brush and dip it into the blocks, and then you can draw with the tip of your brush, and it's just like drawing with a pencil except softer. It's just lovely. So it's going to be quite a lot of fun to draw with these just using a brush. So I'm just redefining these darker areas around his eyes, and I decide he needs slightly bigger eyeballs, so I change the shape of the pupils a little bit, and then I redefine around his face a little bit more. Get these feathers sorted around his face, around his ear. He's got his little ear on the side there. Add a few more feathery texture details down the back of his wing, a bit darker towards his back. Now I wet the stump that he's sitting on, and then I just start to drop the colours in, and I drop all the browns in and the reds in. So, well, it's sanguine. So I drop, the sepia, the dark brown, the light brown. I just add it all in downward strokes onto the wet paper and just let it flow down. Adding a few defining lines here and there just to suggest the downward motion. And then I go really dark into the shadow areas just under his feet. I also got a white block, so I just pop that onto his pupils just to see how that looks, just to test that out. Do some final touches around his feathers, and we are just about done. So I absolutely love these. I would highly recommend giving them a try. They're very easy to use. I love the colour that they give. They are really quite a strong, bold colour. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, I'd love it if you click like and subscribe, click on the bell icon. That way you'll be notified when I release a new video. And I also will be streaming on YouTube up to 3 times a week. So I would love it if you would come and hang out and chat while I paint. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. Thank you so much. Have an awesome day, and I will see you all next video. Okie doke. Bye.